Hey everyone. So we just got back from the theaters. I'm really excited to share my review on Ready Player One. As you can see in the smile on my face, yes, it was absolutely amazing. But let's not just make it that simple because there is more to this movie than the sheer brilliance that it brought to the film, right? To the big screen, we'll say. And go ahead and show you guys here. And I took my wife, and she's a pretty big gamer. Maybe not too big into the old pop cultural styles of movies, um, but she did really enjoy it, which made me super happy. But just hearing everybody's excitement throughout the entirety of this movie, whether it be certain references to other movies or certain phrases from other films, or even just the pure song choices that they have that just brought so many memories back. It's just absolutely fantastic to hear, see, and just to enjoy as a film altogether. Now, Ready Player One is based off Ernest Cline's best selling novel, Ready Player One. And I did read that novel. And there are a lot of differences from the novel standpoint to what is being brought on film. I don't want to give any spoilers away for those who may want to indulge in either the movie or in the book themselves if they haven't yet seen or read either. But I would say the biggest differences is probably the best way I could put it is the material of the challenges and the overall aspect of the game, which is known as this universe as the Oasis. So those I would say are the biggest. There are a lot of tweaks storytelling, but that's a given going from a novel to a big screen, as many books, from novel to big screen always do, because there's just not much time, right? And if it did, it'd be probably a 6 hour movie. So we always know going into it that it's going to be a very less detailed, right? A less informative version, but that's where the visuals have to really take place to capture and tell that long, detailed story and bring it out in something very beautiful and brilliant, which I do believe Spielberg has done with this film. So story-wise, those who don't have read the novel or haven't watched anything like that, Ready Player One is based in the year 2045. And in particular, for the set of characters that it follows, it's in Columbus, Ohio, right? And it's in the year where no one really cares about the real world. The only thing they care about is this virtual world called the Oasis, and where they put on this, almost like virtual reality headset and gloves, and they get to interact and make their own avatars, really truly become whom they want to be. Which, let's face it, I mean, a lot of our technology now is gearing more towards something in that favor. Not as in depth or detailed, but something close to that, to kind of live in another life, per se. And the main character, his name is Wade, and this is played by Ty Sheridan. The last movie that I remember personally seeing him is from X-Men Apocalypse. He did play Cyclops. I know he's been in a few other movies, but his performance in this movie is amazing. It's astounding. I loved his character as a whole. I think the writing was done amazingly. And from the book to the big screen, I can really see Wade's character transition very well. And I will add that a lot of the characters are the same way. They do feel rushed as far as chemistry. They do feel rushed at some points, but as I said at the beginning, the book does take a while to get into, and the film doesn't do this. It just jumps right in, right at the beginning. Tons of action, tons of amazing references to old movies and games and the pop culture as a whole, and it just dives right into there. So the other person that I like to do reference to is Olivia Cook, and she plays another character that I don't want to give away for those who have or haven't read the book, but she plays another character that's very close to Wade in the Oasis and in the real world. And her character was also very well done. I had a really great time watching their chemistry together, and when the avatars are in the Oasis world, there was a very good connection. And because the visuals just look absolutely amazing, it really brings that lifelike, relationship into play, and you just can't help but really enjoy when these two are on screen together. So it's a very good chemistry, very well done. I love the lines for both of them. The other sub characters, I would say, are done very well. However, I feel like their Avatar or Oasis characters are a higher, or I should say, a more well put together character than their actual real life counterparts. Whether that's good or bad, I'm not sure in the sense of how the story develops, because the story just flows so smoothly for its main objective. And I think it's okay in this kind of standing. So I wish there was a little more, but like I said, time wise, it probably wouldn't have worked out, but still, it was just very well done. Now, the soundtrack, my God, the soundtrack, okay, for this movie is the best, the best soundtrack ever. It is just phenomenal. I'm going to go ahead and shut up right now and just play you a little bit of it and just bring you back a few years so you can indulge. It's great. Okay. I would love to play the entire soundtrack, but let me just say, okay, the music in this movie like brought so many smiles like through its entirety. For me, I was smiling throughout the entire movie, but when certain songs came on, especially at certain points, it was almost like a I remember that, or I love that song, or oh my gosh, they put this in here. It was such a great um, look back, right? A refresher of my past and movies I've loved and the music that was played back then with said movies. And then also just looking as a whole, as the entire film. I loved those films back then. And just even if it was just a small reference or even a small showing of that character, or, a thumbs up, okay, hint, hint, wink, wink, a thumbs up, and certain parts that you would just be, oh my gosh, I completely geeked out throughout most of this movie, and I absolutely loved it. Now, on a scaling system, I do 1 to 4 stars. I do 4 is it's amazing. Go see it. Absolutely go see it in theaters. 3, it was good. You may want to wait, but if you're a fan, go see it. 2, being it, and probably want to wait for Redbox. It was just okay. And 1, it's horrible. And I have to say, if I could ever change my rating system, which I won't, because I want it to be simple and easy for everyone to understand. Of this 10, 12, 25, 100-star ratings are crazy numbers that people do. But I would give this movie 5 stars if I could. And I may actually start doing something at the end of the year to give for my best movie 5 stars. But right now, I'll still keep to my normal score, and I'm going to give Ready Player One 4 stars. It is that damn good. Now you're probably asking yourself, well, what if I'm not a gamer or a moviegoer or never been really involved in pop culture, but I'm interested in watching it? Well, I can say overall, if any of that stuff doesn't do that, I don't know why you're watching this movie to begin with. If you want to watch it just because you want to watch it, great. But go into the mindset that knowing that, hey, I may not be getting some of this stuff, or what does some of this stuff mean? Don't let that conflict your interest, because overall, this movie is absolutely gorgeous to watch. It's very well done, and it has just such a beautiful breath of fresh air. When you watch it and come out, I probably will go see this movie again. And it's very rare that I go see movies twice in the theaters, and maybe even 3 times for some movies. So 100% recommend for nerds like myself or geek outs who really enjoy that. Sorry about that, I had a call. But if you really enjoy that or enjoy that atmosphere, just really dive into it, and you will absolutely love this movie. I'll tell you right now, you will absolutely enjoy this movie. For those who don't want to hear any spoilers or hear my geek out moment, you can exit now. really appreciate your guys' support on this one. Go watch this movie. It is absolutely amazing. Please follow me on YouTube, on Instagram, on Twitter, and on my Facebook page. If you do like this video, please give me a like, send me a comment, let me know what you like, didn't like, so I can go ahead and improve. And hit the subscribe button if you really enjoyed it. That would really help me out. Thank you guys so much. So, geek out moment. I love this entire movie, okay? I really don't know. I really don't know what was my favorite part. So I will have to give it up. I will have to give it up to the end scene. And the only reason there was just so many damn good parts in this movie. Like you could see it on my face, right? I'm still geeking out. I'm still glowing from this movie because it meant a lot to me because I really enjoy this type of style, and I really felt a connection because the main protagonist, who is I forget his name, but he's the one who created the Oasis. It just brought so much of that to, like, I really relate and I can understand. So, but at the end, they bring in so many characters. Okay, Tracer from Overwatch is in there. They have the Halo guards in there, so you end up seeing Chief, and you see Chun-Li, and then, oh my gosh, I know one of my good friends, Josh, he will geek out over this one part where during this whole battle, I mean, everyone's fighting, everybody and everything like that. And then all of a sudden, there is just this huge battlefield. And then this guy turns into the original Gundam. Like, no joke. The original Gundam just comes and flies down out of nowhere. And it is just truly amazing just to see it. And just think back to when you watch the old Gundam in the old cartoon animation style and then see that. Absolutely fantastic. I just was completely geeking out when I saw that part. Then there's Mecha Godzilla, and oh my gosh, there's just too much in that one part. But it looks fantastic. It sounded fantastic. Overall, just an amazing film. So thank you guys again so much. I know I kind of like bounced around here and there, but I'm still like geeking out over the movie overall. But it was fantastic, and I really, really hope you guys enjoyed my review, and I really hope you guys enjoy the movie. Please leave me a comment and a like. And again, remember, I'm on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and on Facebook. So share your comments with me, and I really look forward to the rest of the movies coming out this year because this one just sets the bar so damn high. You guys have a great evening and a great weekend. Thank you so much.